currently we don't know how to fix. And those, they are so happy that they are able to move into the lab and start and think about it, because at the clinical side, it seems so frustrating to them that these either children, the guy I heard this from was a guy who takes care of cystic fibrosis kids, which, and he said, we just have got to figure this out. And, but, you know, he's saying this while he's walking down the hall to his lab. He's the guy who now on campus has developed a cystic fibrosis model in a pig. And it's a very big deal. It was highly regarded in the scientific community as a good model for cystic fibrosis, much better than mice, because, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't really know what I'm talking about, but that pigs are much better model humans than mice do. And so now they've been fairly successful at getting a genetic line, a knockout, right? Knockout pig for the gene responsible for cystic fibrosis.
That was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Yeah, to get that going, collaborating with other institutions around the country. So yeah, that's going to be a huge benefit in studying the disease and developing new treatments that you just can't do in a mouse model.
So if you want to like try and help, find these discoveries for diseases, but you don't want to do the entire PhD program, how can you get involved? Is fully like, is there other options
Sure,
as far as research that you can devote time to a lab, but not 75% of the time or 4 years?
Yeah, there sure are. I'm sure Eric knows a lot of faculty who are working at that level. From a medical student standpoint, there's a whole range of ways that you can stay involved in research as a medical student, ranging from summers before you go to medical school and the summer between your first and second year of medical school. Then also our institution has a research distinction track, which requires that you and a faculty member establish a relationship, sort of have a project in mind that you're following and you're going to be actively involved in through the rest of your medical school years here. So it'll be the next 3 years. There is a year-out Doris Duke Fellowship, which is 1 year out of medical school, so you usually do it after your second year of medical school. That's a clinical research fellowship. It tends to be clinical research, but not always. And you find a lot of people who are interested in staying involved in science, but not quite at the level of the PhD, doing these year-out fellowships. Doris Duke, the pathology department runs one for a year out of basic research with a pathology faculty member. Or Howard Hughes Medical Institute has 2 types of year-out programs. One is done here with a faculty member here at your own institution. The other was done at NIH with a faculty member there. But again, those are all ways that you would then leave with your MD, having stayed with your hands, a little bit in the pot, and just mostly because it interests you. And then beyond that, you can tell more what would happen.
Yeah, actually NIH is starting to support more research development after medical training and even after residency. And so they have several different programs. One is they do have a loan payback program. So if you're wanting to get into research after medical school, starting as early as residency or often during a fellowship, in this particular specialty here, a research fellowship, you can apply to NIH. They will provide some funds to help you pay back your medical student loan. This course doesn't pay back at all. It's not like MSTP that will pay as you go, but providing a little bit of support to try to get people to stay and be interested in research at that stage. And then there are other training, like the translational program that I'm in right now. It's actually set up more, I think most of the people that I'm in the program with did not have the PhD training like I did. But they went through traditional that stage after having gone through medical school. So there are some different programs. Again, that's also the NIH gives the money to the university translational science program, and then they select the scholars for that. And they actually have graduate programs with that too. I'm actually working on another degree as part of that right now. So I'm working on a master's degree in translational biomedicine. And you can imagine I was going to be taking more classes, but I am. And the good news is it is training it's different from what I got as a basic scientist. It's more clinical research, a lot of statistics I need to have as a basic science in my basic science area. But actually, I think even more now, regardless of whatever area you go into. I think those are skills that
I think the one thing maybe would be, as you get to more of this, when you're past all your training, would be to have protection of time to be able to do some research. So you've got to have some means of someone allowing you some time to do that, and that would come from your department head. And but if you have been successful in being involved in it, continue to like to do research, and then get little grants of your own, or get working on someone else's grants or something like that, and generally you would have some means of protecting your time, meaning, and it's odd that you're protecting it against clinical work, because you need to be able to get away from clinical work a little bit to be able to be successful in the research environment. But I think you can just be involved as much as, on any continuum. You cannot probably be a R01 funded scientist, which is an NIH fundamental grant scientist working only 25% of the lab. That you wouldn't be able to run a lab well enough. But so you have to commit more time on that.
But there certainly are options for working with people who are at that level and that spend the majority of their time doing research, and then certainly other people who at the university who do more clinical work, but then spend a little bit of time doing research.
And they're great members of research teams.
Yeah, but it's just not independent on their own, have their own research program. That's a possibility for staying involved in research at some level.
So if any of you guys would ever like to, we had a great talk with Eric, but if you'd like to, kind of see what physician scientists do, talk to them more, talk to students, or, train or physician scientists, we in the MSTP office are happy to set up times for you to do anything. We have lunch with a couple of MSTP students if you'd like to do that. We can get you put together with physician scientists to, hang out with them for a bit and see what they do, clinically, and then kind of how they and I would encourage you to do that just in general. If you want to find out something, just go find it out. And hopefully the departments that you're looking at will be helpful in just getting you exposed to these kinds of things. So, especially, you guys like sophomores and freshmen, you have a lot of time to kind of snoop around and see. Or if you're looking for labs that are in the more in the clinical area too, that would be something we could certainly help suggest ideas for. You already get into medical school and it's starting next in the fall, so.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Or maybe I do research this summer.
It's in the works right now, so we'll see what happens.
So I probably will be around still